D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So first off, I just want to say, if you're here, it's my Doom Patrol Season 3 review. And I just want to say a couple of things before I get started on my analysis of this season. First off, I just want to say that I'm sorry that this is so late. I know it's probably not going to get very many views because the season has been done for like 4 years now. But I just, when it comes to doing these season overall reviews, it's a little bit harder on like the episodic breakdowns and stuff. First off, this one's late because I didn't realize this was only a 10 season a 10 episode season. My bad. I should have paid attention. For some reason I thought it was going to be 13, but then I remember as soon as I was done and I posted my season finale, review, I realized that I was like, oh, I do remember that because they said because of, COVID and all that stuff that I just wasn't paying attention. Okay. Second thing is it's hard for me to do reviews like this because I like to write things down because, just saying stuff off the top of my head is great, but then my thoughts get all jumbled up. You know how it is. And then plus I have a family and, my kids, they're very important to me. So I want to pay attention to them and be present as a dad. Unlike a lot of fathers in this show, which I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. But I just, so I'm getting to it now. So before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm and small channels like mine always get pushed to the back of the line. So I please ask that you like, share, and subscribe. And I thank you in advance. So why don't we get ahead and get started on this season review? I'll try not to take up too much of your time. I have some thoughts and everything. I just want to say I did like this season. I was a little bit harsh on it because there wasn't very much action, but one of you, and I didn't write down the person that commented in the comment section. You guys talked about how this show is not pow pow fisty fight kind of show, that it's all about the characters and like their relationships and like and what kind of trauma. I don't know if trauma is the right word, but the stuff that they go on through this season. And you're right, that is what this show is about. It's not about fighting. And you funnies that, like, if you want that, go watch Titans. And I do watch Titans, and Titans is a little bit ridiculous too, but it's fine. But I love this show because it's so weird. Like the stuff they do is just some of the stuff like the zombie episode. I was like, why the zombies? But at the same time, it was great. I loved that episode, except for one thing. And I'm going to talk about that too. I'll just share that at the end and everything. But I did really like it. There are some things that I'm like about, and I did comment on one of them. I can't remember which episode it was, about how, it was just a lot of, kind of like nonsense in the sense that they just kept going through the same thing. And you were like, no, they don't. They go through, it's like the overall arcing the same thing. And I'll talk about it a little bit more. Overarching, it's the same thing, but each season it's like a layer of it. And I was like, you know what? Let me go look and see what I can find and everything. And I went through, I didn't watch both seasons 1 and 2. I mostly just watched like 15-minute recaps on YouTube and everything, which I'm so thankful for those, because I was like, I don't remember everything that happened, and those are helpful. All right. So I did like this season overall, and I want to talk about the characters one by one, but I first want to touch on Niles Calder. I do feel like not having Niles Calder in the show did hurt it a little bit. I understand why the actor couldn't come in. I didn't write down his name. I didn't write down anybody's names. I'm so dumb. I should have wrote down their names. But he, he's an older gentleman. He was worried about COVID. And I totally understand that. I am hoping that they bring him back in season 4. I don't know if they are. I haven't read anything about season 4. I do hope they bring him back because I think that Niles Calder adds something to the show. And I think that actor is so great. I mean, he was Bond at one point in time. Come on. But he's so great. And I think that he really adds a level of talent. And I think that character adds a level of like, oh gosh, what is the word I am looking for? Shoot, I should have wrote this down. I just wrote down bring back Niles Calder, but in my notes. But he adds a certain something that contrasts with the characters, and him not being there, I feel like is a little bit hurtful and everything. So before I get into the main people of the story, because I really want to touch on them, I want to talk about, okay, first I want to talk about the Brotherhood of Evil. I really like the Brotherhood of Evil as far as, a villain group goes. And I really wish they would have had them in here more. I know that they kind of got replaced a little bit with the Sisterhood of Dada, and I'll talk about them next. But I really like having like a group that's like kind of contrast to the Doom Patrol, just because I feel like it's and they add a little comedic kind of thing, but it goes back to the whole, I would like them to have a little bit more action, like that last scene where Rita gets big and kind of fights off the big robot. I thought that was great, and I was like, if they could just do that a little bit more, I would appreciate it. I just, one episode where it's just fighty would be great for me, like especially if they would have had the Brotherhood of Evil do it. That would have been fun. But I understand why. It's fine, and I get it. And that, and plus that gorilla, whatever his name is, he probably cost a lot of money. I real quick also want to touch on the Dead Boy Detectives. I really liked this episode. I thought that it was fun. And I don't know if I'll watch the actual, I'm probably going to watch the actual show because they're doing a spinoff show. No, this was like a backdoor pilot, but I am bummed that they're not bringing back the actors they cast in this show. I feel like that's a misstep and bad, because I feel like these actors did a good job, and I don't know why you would change it up unless, they didn't connect with the audience. And I don't know anybody saying anything bad about these actors. I thought all three of them did a good job. I enjoyed their performances, and I thought that they were pleasant, and I did enjoy that episode. In fact, I wanted more of them on that episode. And I was like, and it was just that one episode. I was like, oh, that's a bummer that they're not going to be in another episode this season. Also, they took Dorothy with them, and I'm not going to lie, not having Dorothy on the show was kind of a bummer. I really liked her. I thought she also added a little something, like maybe some innocence to the group. And I just feel like not having her is also not a misstep, but kind of, and I don't want to say detriment, because that's not, it's not that big, but it's kind of a little bit of a loss to the Doom Patrol, in my opinion. And I liked Dorothy. I thought I think she's a great character. And the actress that plays her, I didn't write any of the actors' names. I should have done that, but she's so great. What a talent. And she will be missed, in my opinion. So, and if she's not going to be on Dead Boy Detectives, then put her back on Doom Patrol. Like, I haven't looked into Dead Boy Detectives, the TV show, except for that I saw they were recasting the actors. And like I said, misstep, in my opinion. Even if the actors do great, I still feel like this is a misstep. So now I want to talk about the Sisterhood of Dada. First off, the looks of these characters are really great. Especially the Fog, I loved her. She was great as a character. They did not use these characters, the Fog character especially, they didn't use them enough. And I really feel like the Great Flagellation, in my opinion, was a big letdown. I just, like, I get why it did it, but I thought it would be, a little bit more, but it was just this, you have to find yourself kind of thing. I didn't like it, but at the same time, I wasn't mad about it. Like, I'm not like, nothing they did in this show makes me go, they missed an opportunity. I just go, okay, well, that's not what I, wanted / thought it would be, but whatever, it's fine. It's cool. I'm not, I'm fine with it. And obviously they had, a direction that they were going in that I didn't see. So I want to talk about Madame Rouge next, and then we'll get into the main cast, those lovely bunches of people. Madame Rouge, this actress, Michelle Gomez, I remember her. She did great. I really like Michelle Gomez. And she did a good job in this season. She played a villain, but like, I didn't really see her the whole time as like a villain, like the menacing kind of mustache twirling villain. And we kind of sympathize with her, or at least I did, because I understood, she, she just, I didn't write down very much with her. I should have done this, but I kind of sympathized with her a little bit, and then at the end when she, kind of had like a moment, that moment with her and Rita in that last episode where Rita gets her around the neck. And I'll talk about that when I get to Rita. Rita's going to be the last person I talk about because I loved her in this season. But when she's got her around the neck and she's all like, why shouldn't I kill you right now? And she's like, I'm not worth it. I was like, man, that is so, it's so little and it's stuff we've heard before, but it was so good. April Bolby, is that her name? The actress that plays Rita Farr. And then Michelle Gomez. What talents. I mean, good on them. I really enjoyed them a lot. Okay, now let's get to the main cast and everything. So I'll start off with Larry. So his conflict through this has just been about, being gay and accepting that and just moving. Like the first season was him accepting his being gay, and accepting his relationship with the negative spirit and all that stuff. And that was great. And then the second season was about, him dealing with his his being a dad and abandoning his children. Which I real quick before I get back into Larry, I just want to talk about the bad dad situation. I really don't like this trope that Hollywood keeps doing with the bad dad thing. I know Rita's mom was a bad mom, but they've got a lot of bad dads in this show. And I just, for one, Cliff is trying to turn his around, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm really tired of it. Like I think I'm at minimum a decent father, and I would just like to see that represented on screen. It's such a bummer. I know you probably are like, oh, get over it. You're being such a whine ass about it, but it really is. Like every time I watch a movie, I'm like, why can't there just be a dad on there that actually I think I try to stay present with my kids. I try to hang out with them. I try to do activities with them. I try to get them involved in stuff. And it just really is for me personally, just every time, like when I watch the show, I'm like, can any of these fathers please just be good at being a dad for once, and just be nice. Okay. So back to Larry. So he abandons his kids and then him trying to, get back together. And then this season with more of him like trying to make amends with his life kind of thing. And just realizing, all the stuff that's gone on in the past season. And hopefully he moves forward in a positive light going forward. Next, talking about Cliff, he loses everything, body, wife, family, all that stuff. And then he's trying to rekindle that relationship in the first season with his daughter. And then in the second season, it tries to, talk about him trying to get back together, get together with his daughter, and him as Robotman. He's no longer Cliff human form. He's Robotman, and him trying to create, get that relationship back with his daughter, and yeah. Okay. And then the third one, just him navigating, him and Claire's relationship, and never, trying to change, but, I wrote down on here, but he never really changed as a father, but he's, at the end, he's still, when he's in that big robot, he's like, I'm still trying. And I really like that. I really, really like that about Cliff, that even though he was a bad dad, he realized it, accepted it, and now he's trying. And even though he fails, he's still trying. So I guess that's kind of a good thing, but he was still a bad dad at the beginning. I mean, he left his daughter in the car so he could go bang a stripper. I mean, that's insane. I've never left my kids in the car. That's so crazy. All right. Anyways, Jane, love Jane. In the first one, it's just her trying to trust the team, and just, create a closer relationship with them. Season 2, growing, obviously keep going closer, but also with the underground trying to not assert her dominance as the primary, but kind of just, just be like, hey, I'm the primary and I'm worthy of being the primary. I'm good at it. So, and then in this last one, trying to help Kay, the girl, heal, and, trying to make her the primary of her own body because she's, and then trying to also deal with the feelings and the problems going on with the other personas. They don't want to go away, but they were created to protect Kay and help her out. But once in the end product is for them to go away, to not be needed anymore. And I get that, kind of thing, they're sad. Vic, his, relationship with his dad and the whole, I'm really bummed that he got rid of his cybernetics in that this season. I mean, I know they'll bring it back next season because that's what makes him so. And one of you also pointed out, because I had said, I don't think that Cyborg fits in the Doom Patrol. And you pointed out that that's the point of him, that he's the outlier of the and I think you used the term squeaky clean in your comment. But and you're totally right, he is the outlier, he's the odd man out in this odd bunch. And thank you for commenting on that. I think that's right. And then you also said, hold on, I did write it down, that that you said Beast Boy and Raven should come over to Doom Patrol because they would fit in well. And I agree also with that. Beast Boy was on Doom Patrol kind of in Titan season 1. And he was in Doom Patrol, I believe, in the comic books. I ordered some Doom Patrol comic books. I'm going to start reading them and everything. I just haven't done it yet. I've got a list of crap to read, I'll tell you that. But I agree with you on that. I should have wrote down your name. You deserve props for commenting on that. Comment on this one and I'll heart it. But yeah, I really Cyborg, shoot, I lost my place in my notes. It doesn't matter. Cyborg, I agree, he should stay here. He's so great. I love the actor that plays him too. He's so great too. All right, now I want to move on to Rita, because this season was really all about Rita mostly. I feel like this was kind of her story. And I'm so thankful for it because Rita is my favorite character on the show. I love this character. She's so great. April Bolby, I think that's her name. She's fantastic. Okay, so let me just say, season 1, she's dealing with her identity as an actress and how she's lost that because of her accident. And just, dealing with all that. And then the second season, she's trying to find who she is without having that whole actress thing, and she becomes the beekeeper persona, and she's just trying to find her identity and, kind of just, accept that kind of thing. I think that's what I wrote down, but anyways. And then in this one, I really loved her, she's got this new identity as the leader. And then she goes back in time. She's kind of taken away from the leadership role and brought in, and Madame Rouge kind of does her magic on her kind of thing. And she's just kind of adjusting to being, Bendy in the past, and then Rita in the present time. And I also really loved Rita's story arc and growth through this season. She started off as just Rita, then she's leader Rita, but then she goes back in time and she finds another family and she finds love, and that love is taken away by somebody she trusted, and then she's jolted back to the future where she becomes a villain and she wants revenge. And I totally understood. I totally got that. I was on her side kind of thing. And then you see her redemption from being a villain. And she didn't go full on villain because she she did get the Doom Patrol killed, but they had to do that kind of thing. It was already written in the circle of time kind of thing. But her redemption, and like I said before, when she's got Madame Rouge around the neck and she's all I can't remember. I didn't write down the exact quote, but I believe Rita's all why shouldn't I kill you right now? Or maybe Madame Rouge says, I know you should like, I know you want to kill me right now, but then she's like, but I'm not worth it. And I was just like, man, that's so good. Those two actresses, Michelle Gomez and April Bolby, really sold that scene. God, I love that scene so much. I've watched it like 50 times now. It's so good. And then seeing her just get really big like she does in the comic books. Like I said, I haven't read the comic books, but I do know some stuff about Doom Patrol. I don't want to act like I'm an expert because I'm not. I'm not an expert. I am going to read the comic books. I did buy some I thought about the omnibuses, but I actually just bought volumes. It's fine though. But yeah, Rita did, her growth through this season was really great. All right, you guys. So in conclusion, season 3 for Doom Patrol was really good. I really did enjoy it. The puppet thing was great. I love that they ate that lamb puppet, Lammy or whatever it's called. There was also some other really fun stuff in there. Just the Fog actress did such a great job with that. Visually, there were some visually pleasing moments in this. There were some, I laughed at some moments when that little pink man came out with the big gun and was shooting the Doom Patrol. I laughed at that. I laughed when he stepped on the brain as Robotman and everything. It was really a good season. I can't wait for season 4. I'm really curious to see what they do. My one negative, really, that's not a negative, but it's just was unpleasant, was this. Fucking gross. All right, you guys, go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I will see you guys on my next review. You guys have a good day. Bye.